Alright, hello. Welcome everybody to another episode of TNA Impact Wrestling TEW 2020 save. We got the beanie on. I desperately need a haircut. We'll get to that when we get to that. Anyways, so we start off this episode of TNA Impact Wrestling with a recap of last week's episode, which if you did not see that, go back and watch that. All these storylines you kind of need to see the whole way through. But for those of you who didn't, we start off with a little recap of during the Nic Nemeth, Josh Alexander TNA World Heavyweight title match. Jay Lethal interrupted, attacked Nemeth, got DQ'd, and then fought a little bit with Alexander. So Jarrett talks a little bit. He says, to open the show tonight, we are going to have one-on-one Jay Lethal, Josh Alexander fighting to see who will face Nic Nemeth for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship at Victory Road, which will be the next episode of this series. So, getting into that, during the match, Lethal does a moonsault onto Alexander, but Alexander catches him. He catches him in the tombstone position. And so he's getting ready to nail the tombstone on him. And then from the crowd we hear, dun, dun, I believe in Joe Hendry. Clap, clap. I believe in Joe Hendry. Clap, clap. So, Alexander, the man who took out Joe Hendry a couple of weeks ago, looks over. He's like, the hell? Joe Hendry is leading almost like a line of people, big line of people throughout the arena, clapping and singing. So Alexander gets distracted. Jay Lethal uses that to roll up Alexander. 1, 2, 3. So Jay Lethal is your number one contender for Nic Nemeth's championship. So then Hendry begins to taunt Alexander a little bit. He says, you thought that you could take out Joe Hendry. But all these people had to do was say my name for me to come back to TNA Wrestling. And at Victory Road, we will go one-on-one, and I will turn you into a believer. So that's about 2 matches confirmed. So then, Jordan Oliver faces MVP. Of course, this being MVP's punishment for beating down Jordan Oliver with Calvin Tankman last week. So, Tankman tries to get at Oliver during the match, tries to grab his ankle, and he does, but then the referee kicks Tankman out. And Tankman's sitting there and arguing. And MVP goes to hit Oliver. But Oliver ducks down, jumps towards the outside of the ring. He's on the bottom rope and he reaches down the ring and he pulls out a little hammer. Then he nails MVP in the stomach with it. Then steps back. Hits him in the chin with it. Oliver pins him. The referee turns around. 1, 2, 3. Jordan Oliver pulls off the upset against MVP. So then Zachary Wentz and Trey Miguel talk. They talk about the #1 contender match. You can sense a little bit of tension between them. They want to be the X Division champion, but obviously both of them can't be. So then, Josh Alexander walks into Jarrett's office, argues with Jarrett about what happened, and Jarrett says, well, Hendry laid out the challenge for you if you want to face him at Victory Road, and Alexander goes, oh, I'm not just going to face him, I'm going to destroy him, and once I destroy him, you can let Nemeth know I'm coming right back for him. So then, ABC faces off against Raj Singh and Heath, a rematch from Raj's debut, and Heath actually picks up the win for his team. Upset victory. A win over the champions automatically makes you the #1 contender. So at Victory Road, we will see ABC defending their tag team title against Raj and Heath. So then, Jordynne Grace cuts a promo, and she lets us know that whoever has been attacking her, like a coward, well, she is inviting them to Victory Road to confront her face to face, and she plans to settle this once and for all. So Jordynne Grace looking to end all the sneak attacks and everything else. So then, Mike Santana, first time we have seen him in this save, he picks up a win over Moose, and then Eddie Edwards attacks him from behind, starts stomping him out, and who makes the save for him but the Hardys. The Hardys come out and fight off the system of Moose, Eddie Edwards, JCD, and Brian Myers. My instinct was to call him Kurt Hawkins, but that is not what he's called. So then, backstage, a fight breaks out between Nic Nemeth and Jay Lethal. These two fight backstage, a big brawl that has to be separated by backstage personnel and Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett tells both men he will see them. He will see them later tonight in a contract signing. But until then, they cannot lay a hand on each other. They cannot lay a hand on each other until the main event of Victory Road. So then, Mike Bailey picks up the win over Trey Miguel with a Ultima weapon. Bailey continuing to be a strong champion here. He takes out Trey Miguel. So then, in our main event, Jay Lethal and Nic Nemeth signed the contract officially for Victory Road. Jarrett says during the contract signing that there has been a slight revision to the contract. You see, because of their brawl, Jeff Jarrett is worried about things getting out of hand in their match. So, he has enlisted the help of the best official that he knows. And that official is the man himself, Double J Jeff Jarrett. He will be the special guest referee in the main event. Lethal seems to crack a grin at Jarrett. Of course, a good friend of Jarrett. Nemeth seems to give a little bit of a stare to Jarrett and Lethal. Nemeth seemingly feeling like the fix is in against him at Victory Road. And that concludes our show. So, stay tuned for Victory Road. That will be released shortly. We got some good matches on the card. So we have Nemeth versus Lethal, special guest referee Jeff Jarrett. We have ABC versus Raj Singh and Heath. Joe Hendry versus Josh Alexander. And Jordan Grace confronting her mystery attacker. And obviously, more to come. More will be put on the card and everything. So yeah, so keep your eyes out for that, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. If you are, make sure to drop a comment down below. Punch that like button. And subscribe if you're new. Thank you guys so much. I will see you guys next time.